welcome to Sandy Toad Tarot. My name is Laura. It is a pleasure to be with you guys today and to read for you. Thank you very much for choosing me as your tarot reader today. So for this reading, I will go back to doing the yes or no pick a card readings. It has been a while. I do generally like to do a new one every 2 weeks because you guys always have new questions. I will put some instructions in the description box below. If you've never done a pick a card reading before, it'll give you some guidance on maybe some ways that you might want to choose the pile, but basically just be pretty intuitive about it. So some of you do like to choose based on stone. So I will tell you what I have on each one of these piles. On pile 1 is a garnet, my birthstone. On pile 2 is a Verdite quartz. On pile 3, a Sunstone. And on pile 4, a Sodalite. So you guys, make your decision about which pile you think is going to answer your question. That can be answered with a yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe. I will warn you about that. If you have 4 different questions today, you can pick a pile for each one of your specific questions. And if you have even more questions than that, I have a ton of yes or no pick a cards out on my YouTube channel. They are always timeless, as is this one. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you click on this video, it's the right time for you, or there may be a message here for you. So just make your decision about which pile you want to see the reading on. I'll put timestamps in the description box below. You can click on that timestamp and it'll take you directly to that part in the video. And I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. I will pull out all the cards at one time. I will get you a definitive yes or no, or a maybe. It can be a maybe first. And that way, if all you want to know is the answer to your question, I will do that up front. There is always another message in the cards. Sometimes there are several messages in the cards. So if you would like to stick around for the detailed message, there might be something in there for you. And if not, you will at least have the answer to your question up front. All right. So I just kept pulling cards today. I don't usually do that. So pile 1 did have that garnet on it. And I think the reason I kept pulling cards is, well, I pulled the cards that I usually pull, which is the universal weight. I pulled some Druid Craft Tarot. And then I remembered that I got this brand new Gregory Scott tarot deck. I just got it and I thought I have to, because it's new, I have to pull a few of those as well. So we got a lot of cards here and we will just see what the messages are and we will take them as they come. You got a Knight of Wands, a Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Lover's card in the Universal Tarot deck. Universal Weight, I think is what it's called. In the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the Prince of Cups and the 6 of Cups. All right, I'm very excited to see what Gregory Scott Tarot has to add to this. Gregory Scott was my, when I first got turned on to YouTube tarot readings, he was one of the first ones I watched. I still watch him quite a bit. He is, in addition to being a tarot reader, he is an astrologer as well. I love the practicality of his readings. He is a Virgo. So when I needed some just down-to-earth practical advice, I go to Gregory Scott. I do have others that I watch as well. So anyway, I just like him a lot and I love his cards so far. They're fun. All right, so with the Gregory Scott Tarot, you got the 6 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and look at this, the Wheel of Fortune again. That's twice, that's doubled down on that message. I like that a lot. Oh my God, you got the Six of Cups twice too. Interesting. Okay. This is a yes, definitely. Whatever it is that you're asking about, the fortune is shining upon you. The wheel is turning in your favor, and your circumstances are absolutely improving. I just noticed this too. You got the Prince of Cups, which is, oh no, that's the Knight of Cups. So you got the Page of Cups, and you got the Knight of Cups too. Okay. So this really, if you notice both of these, guys, they're both guys, has a cup in their hand. And they're offering something. There's an offering here in the way of love and romance. Or it could just be an emotional healing in a relationship. But this Page of Cups here in the Gregory Scott deck here, he's got this rose in his hands and the petals are falling on the ground. To me, that's definitely an indication of actual romance. So for some of you, I do feel like that is happening, that some romantic adventure is coming into you. If you were asking about relationships, and some of you may be asking, is a relationship coming into your life? Are you going to have a new relationship? This is a very, very much a yes for a new relationship. For some of you, it's very much a yes for a renewal in an old relationship, because you've got the Six of Cups twice here. And the Six of Cups does talk about nostalgia, and it can talk about someone from your past coming back to offer you something in the way of relationship. Actually, I'm going to put these this way. In these two particular depictions of the Six of Cups, the secondary meaning for this card, which is childhood and nostalgia, is really, really prominent. So if for those of you who are asking about some relationship coming back into your life from your past, that is definitely yes, and it has something to do with your childhood. Maybe it's a relationship that comes to you that reminds you of something, a relationship that you had when you were young. Maybe it's a relationship that comes to you in some way through some element of your childhood, like maybe one of your childhood friends, a sibling of theirs you meet, which you had never met before, or you met before and just didn't pay attention to him because it was just your friend's brother or sister or whatever. But now you guys are all grown up, and now this person comes back into your life, and they want to have some kind of a relationship with you. So with all the love messages that you have going on down here, I really feel like that is mostly what we're talking about in this particular reading. This is about relationship. It is a yes to relationship. It's yes to a new relationship. It's yes to a renewal in a relationship. It's yes to your fortunes turning. Like if you've had the last few relationships you've had have not been very good, this is saying the wheel is turning in your favor and your fortunes are turning when it comes to relationship. You got the Lover's card here, which indicates there might be some kind of decision that has to be made in a relationship. There's a choice here. Maybe there are two people that are coming into vie for your attention. So you do have two knights here. You have a Knight of Cups and you have a Knight of Wands. A Knight of Cups would be a young gentleman who's very good at relationships and very good at relating and communicating with their partner and that kind of thing. And then you've also got this other Knight of Wands who is more about fun and adventure. Super sexy. This is like a super sexy relationship, the Knight of Wands. But perhaps not as deep on an emotional level as the Prince of Cups here, which is Knight in the Druidcraft Tarot. So there might be a choice for some of you, a couple of people coming in that you might want to take a look at for relationship. They're both wanting to spend time with you. They're both offering you something, right? So you do have this one message here of apprenticeship. It talks about apprenticeship. It talks about work. It talks about doing something that you love. And because you love it so much, the pentacles are stacking up. I'm not getting a lot of work in this particular reading. If you asked about a work situation, like if you were going to get a job or something and start apprenticing under someone to learn a trade or something like that, it is a yes for you. But in this particular reading, I'm feeling like this is saying one of these people or if it is just one person, someone that you might meet at work. Like if you're new to a job, especially, you might meet this person at work. So you do have this moon card here. And when I see the moon card in a relationship reading, it's always just a reminder to be sure that you take the time to get to know this person completely before you make any kind of commitments with them. It just means there's a lot going on underneath the surface. Some people open themselves up to you quickly. Some people, it takes a little more time. So this person might be a little bit more of an iceberg where they show you just a little bit up front and then there's a whole lot going on beneath the surface. So just wait, take your time, even though it seems like, especially with the Knight of Wands here, there's some fast moving energy and there's lots of, that's cool for a romance. There's lots of energy around it and it's crackling and that kind of stuff. But just take it slow and be sure that you get to know them before you make any long-term commitments or anything like that. Now, I have to say this, it has to be said. The moon in a romance reading can also mean that there's some deception going on. That's not necessarily a bad thing always. Usually it's not a good thing when someone is trying to deliberately deceive you, but sometimes it can be just because they don't know you well enough and they don't know, you know, how you will take certain situations, so they are keeping things under their hat in the beginning. They don't know how you will react, I guess, to whatever their particular circumstances are. We all have our circumstances, don't we? Everybody has baggage. Everybody has circumstances. Again, just be cautious, take your time, go slow, but have fun too, because this looks really promising. It looks exciting. If you do want to have children, this reading might indicate that this person could be someone that you could have a family with later on down the road. There are children indicated here. But I do want to draw your attention once again to the double Wheel of Fortune, because anytime you get the same card in a reading, that's kind of like a double down on that message. The Wheel of Fortune here, you do have other major arcanas. These two are major arcanas, but this is kind of the center of this reading, because that's the big major arcana card here. And so the big message for you guys for pile one is fortune returns. Fortune turns. The wheel is turning, but fortune is turning in your favor. We all have times where things are good, and we have times where things are bad. And things may have been bad lately in the love department for y'all, but that is not the case anymore because the wheel has turned. Okay. So I think that's very clear. I'm not seeing anything else. We could talk a little bit about people here. You have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Moon is a Pisces card. So that's probably a pretty good indication for water signs. And that would be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The Lover's card is Gemini. And the Knight of Wands might be an indication of one of the fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, or what's the other one? Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. So that doesn't mean that the person that's coming into you is necessarily one of those signs. I just wanted to mention that in case it's of any importance to anybody or it means anything to you guys. All right, I want to finish this reading with, I'm actually just kind of drawn to the Six of Cups here and the Page of Cups. Both of these talk about fun, and especially the Page of Cups talks about don't forget to have fun, you know. And then the Six of Cups, there's just a real sweetness to this too. And I feel like for those of you, some of you, it's just a new relationship that's coming into you. Some of you, it's a choice. Like there's two people that are coming into you and offering something in the way of relationship. Definitely feeling like this Prince of Cups here. That's a sweet, fun relationship. And the Knight of Wands here is a little more complicated, and it's going to take a little time to kind of figure out that situation. And there might be some things going on beneath the surface. Can be some deception, can be some trickery. So I would just watch out for this one. And that's not to say that it won't turn out to be nothing important, you know, later on down the road. But it feels like this exciting person, there's just a lot going on there that you need to figure out first. All right, final words of wisdom from my pile ones. And I'm taking it this time from the Whispers of Love Tarot because we do have a romance reading here. We don't get romance readings very often on this channel. And so when we do, I like to get a Whispers of Love Oracle to finish it up. All right, what kind of words of wisdom do you have for pile one? Like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. That's a beautiful card. I think that's just a good reminder for all of us. Like attracts like. I tell my son that all the time. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. In any case, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm sending you guys lots of light and love. Until next time, take care. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. If you chose pile 2 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. And pile 2 did have that Verdite quartz on it. So, I have pulled a lot of cards here today. I pulled the Universal Weight like I always do, and Druidcraft Tarot like I always do for the yes or no pick a card. And then I remembered that I just bought these Gregory Scott tarot cards, and I thought, oh, let me just pull a few of those too to see what's up. Gregory Scott was one of the first tarot readers that I watched on YouTube when I found out that you could watch tarot readers on YouTube. I just love his practicality. He is awesome. He is one of those that I watch. He is a Virgo, so his advice is very grounded, and I like that about him. So I will watch him still today, when I do need some down-to-earth advice. He's good with that. So I will pull all of these cards at the same time, and I will get you a definitive yes or no right up front. And that way, if that's all you want to know, whether the answer to your question is yes or no, you will get that right at the beginning. However, there is always an additional message in the card or additional messages in the card, and you're welcome to stick around for those messages if you like. There might be a message here for you. If not, you can just go ahead and click off of it, and at least you will have your answer. Yes or no, or maybe. Sometimes it can be a maybe. So I will start with the Universal Weight Tarot to see what we got here. Got the 5 of Cups, the Magician card, the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles. That's interesting. Lots of people. Oh, I'll do the Druid Craft first. You got the Queen of Wands twice. Okay. And the Prince of Pentacles, another person. Well, actually, the princes are knights in the Druid Craft. So that's not necessarily a person, but it could be. All right, let's see what else. With the Gregory Scott, what additions we have with the Gregory Scott Tarot? The 9 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Huh. It's kind of a mixed bag here. Okay. This is definitely a yes. And quite frankly, it could go either way. But the one card that keeps coming, that keeps showing itself to me, that I keep being drawn to, is this Magician card. And the Magician's always a yes. The Magician is, yes, you have the tools that you need to do whatever it is you want to do. You can manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. So I do definitely feel like it is a yes to that. Anything that you've been trying to manifest and you're wondering is it coming to you, it's definitely a yes. There are a lot of people in this reading. And you've got this 10 of Pentacles here, which talks about generations of family, not just mom and dad and kids, but also grandparents, great-grandkids. It's like whole generations of family. Can also talk about legacy and posterity, what you pass down from one generation to another. But with that 10 of Pentacles, which does talk about a happy family, it's a happy family card, really. It's get-togethers with family. This guy's painting this happy family here. So it could be like talking about a family vacation or trying to get together for that picture-perfect moment with your family. And if you're asking about whether that's going to happen or not, it is going to happen. But not without some struggle. There's going to be some, you got the 9 of Wands here, which talks about being battle-worn and having to fight a battle to make this happen. But it is going to happen. You do have some cards down here that indicate loss. Five of Cups is the card of mourning. The Three of Swords is some kind of loss, some kind of it can be like heartbreak is what it is. Third party situations. This looks very much like heartbreak because this woman is on her knees, which is always where I go when I'm heartbroken, you know, on her knees, very much sad. This guy's walking away. So this, in this Gregory Scott deck, is definitely a depiction of loss. Being brokenhearted. So what can this be about? Let me sit with this for a minute. I'm kind of torn about what this is about with this family situation. It's almost like somebody the family has suffered some kind of loss. Somebody has passed over or has crossed over to the other side. Somebody's passed on. Somebody's walked away from the family. Somebody's missing from the family. And there has been a tremendous amount of heartbreak over this missing person. Like maybe there really was a death in the family. But the nines are endings, and the Nine of Wands talks about being battle worn. Like we've fought this battle as a family. You have fought this battle. And there is one last battle left, but you will get through it. And then once you get through that last battle and you have it in you, you can do it, then that sadness and that loss will be over. And then you can manifest this happy family situation that you want to manifest here. So this Five of Cups always reminds me, there's always a reminder here that though some things have been lost in this situation, there's still some things that are left. You still have family left. Look at all of them. Instead of focusing on the ones that are lost, turn around and focus on the ones that are left that you can create these wonderful memories with. Does that make sense? I'm not sure what the Queen of Wands twice means, actually. Queen of Wands, Leo energy. King of Swords, Libra energy. King of Pentacles for me is Gemini energy, but we could also extend that because you have the Knight of Pentacles here, could also extend it to the earth signs. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Older people though. These are older people. And in tarot, for me, that's over the age of 35. It used to be 25, but people live longer these days. So for me, it's over 35. So this moment that you guys are trying to create, the Prince of Pentacles here, or Knight of Pentacles, it talks about slow moving energy, and it talks about planning and taking it one step at a time. I want to get a clarifier on these two queens. I don't know if that's actually two Leos, if that's two women of the same level, or if that's a mother and a daughter, but the daughter has children as well. Show me this Queen of Wands. Show me the Queen of Wands. Okay, it's mother energy. And you got the Three of Swords again. It's mother energy because you got the Queen of Cups, which a lot of times talks about mother, and you've got the Six of Cups, which talks about childhood. It's the only card in the deck with children in it. So this is mother energy. And mom is the one who is feeling the loss here. So maybe mom's, and mom can be grandma, okay? But maybe mom lost a husband. Maybe mom is recently divorced. But this mom is feeling this loss. So it is a good time for the family to gather around her and to support her in this situation. And you guys to show that while this loss is tragic, it doesn't mean an end to good family times, actually. To fun and happiness and gatherings with the family. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. What? Okay, so yeah. That is the message that's coming out. Let me just see if there's any other... that's just the message that's coming out. It's very much family oriented and very much generations of family. And really, it's almost like, are we going to come together as a family for this thing? And whether it's a wedding, a family reunion, it's a thing. It's a picture perfect moment that is being planned with the family. Is it all going to come together? Yes, it is. I want to get to finish this reading, I want to get an Angels and Ancestors Oracle. What final messages do we have for pile 2? Air Guardian, shift your perception. I think that's just what we were talking about here. Instead of focusing on that which is lost, turn around and focus turn around. Shift your perception. No, it will never be like that again, but that doesn't mean it cannot be wonderful in so many other ways. Focus on that which is the love that is left here for you. And it's very connected to family. All right, that's all I have for pile 2s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3 with the Sunstone, nice stone, these are going to be your messages. And listen, my friends, I have pulled a lot of cards here. I usually just pull Universal Weight and Druid Craft Tarot. And then I remembered that I got these brand new Gregory Scott Tarot cards, and I had to pull some of those too. I will get the yes, no, or maybe right up front in this reading. I'm going to pull all these cards out at the same time. I'll tell you right up front if you got a yes, a no, or a maybe. And that way, if that's all you want to know, you can just go ahead and click off the reading and go about your day. There's always a message, though, in the cards. It might be for you. It might not be for you. If you want to stick around and listen to the message that's in the cards. If you do get into it and find it's not for you, just go ahead and click off of it, and I'll catch you next time. Sometimes they can get pretty specific. All right, so let's just see what we have from the Universal Weight. 7 of Cups, King of Cups, the Hermit card, and the Emperor. For the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the King of Pentacles and the Hermit again. So that's double down on that message. And let's just see what we got with the Gregory Scott cards. You got the Queen of Pentacles. I'll tell you what, all of these readings are coming up with a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a people season. You got the 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. This is, wow. Okay, so I'm going with maybe on this one. And even more than a maybe, with these Hermit cards here, I'm saying you are the only one that can, answer this. You are the only one that can decide on this. The Hermit talks about, and these are just the major thing that's going on in this reading here. Although you do have this other major arcana card, the Emperor. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Hermit card talks about going within to find the answers. It is retreating from the world to find solitude. It is a card of being alone, to go and, and climb in a mountain, and with a cabin in the woods, going out into the woods, and whatever you do, however you do to get still so that you can listen to the inner voice within and find the answers, whether that's praying or meditating. So many people do so many different things. Taking long walks in the woods can be a meditation for some people. It quiets the mind, and the noise stops. And in that stillness, you find the answers. The good news is, notice the lights here. Once you find the answer, then you become the light for other people. You can shine the light on the path for other people to find their way as well. So there's a learning element to it, in addition to searching within for the answers. So this is kind of a dichotomy here. You got this Hermit card, which talks about going within and finding the answers. And you've got this Emperor card, which is the Emperor is the all the kings combined. He is powerful. This is masculine father order energy here. Power structures, establishing yourself out in the world. So you got this retreating from the world and this establishing yourself out in the world. Very odd combination here. So you got the Queen of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles as well. And every time I have the King and Queen of the same suit, to me that is a relationship. The fact that they came up in two different decks tells me that it is a relationship that is not equal. The Three of Pentacles talks about hard work, working hard at something that you love. And the Five of Pentacles talks about sometimes being cast out in the cold. It talks about, notice he's on the other side of the fence. And I think that kind of tells the story of this relationship here. One of you, or maybe both of you, have been working hard to try to make this relationship fit that seems like it should be good. You got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles should have some shared values there, should understand each other pretty well, but it's just not fitting. You wanted to, and you've tried to make it fit, but it's just not working. And I think that is why, that's the reason for this. Someone has either removed themselves from this relationship or has been cast out of this relationship. Someone's been asked to leave this relationship. And that person who is on the outside of it is now going within, retreating from the world to find answers. There was a time when you were this couple was trying to establish themselves out in the world, like maybe they got married or something. It's that kind of thing. They tried to establish themselves out in the world as a couple, and they worked really, really hard at it. It's not working. So someone has left it willingly or unwillingly and is going to, on a soul-searching mission, quite frankly, to find some answers for themselves, for himself or for herself, whichever the way that shakes out. And here's something else down here, and this is just a side message. For someone in this relationship, there has this Seven of Cups can sometimes talk about a surprise person. Notice that person coming out of the cup there. It can talk about a surprise person that comes into your life. I think someone, a third party, has been introduced into this relationship by one of these parties. And I don't know if it's the male or the female, maybe the female actually. It kind of looks like it might be the female. That this person came into this female's life and turned her head. That's just all. I'm not saying they're having an affair. I'm not saying that they're going to give in to this temptation. We always have temptations, right? I'm not saying they're going to give in to it. I'm going to say it turned her head, and I'm saying her as whoever is representing as feminine in this relationship. And that's just the way it is. Sorry. So I think this is a maybe, because you're right in the middle of it. There are so many variables going on in this situation. It's definitely a relationship. And there are just too many unknowns right now. Somebody needs to take some time out and figure out what they want. That's what needs to happen. Somebody's got to go within and figure out what they want. Maybe both people need to do that. But it requires separating yourself from the herd to do it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. It's a maybe. It's a kind of a maybe, but it's more like you decide after you've searched your soul. That's the answer. It's not the time to make the decision, actually. All right. I'm just gonna get, I don't know what I want. This is a love reading, but it's not a tremendously happy love reading. So I'm still going to get whispers of love, because there's love in it. You can tell this couple tried hard, I think, to make this work. And that's not to say it's not going to work later. It's probably a time of, okay, we need to figure some things out. That's what it is. All right, final words of wisdom for pile 3. What do you have? Final words of wisdom for pile 3. I'll take that one. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. Yeah. So the good news is, whatever might be happening in this relationship right now, it is a very real love. It is a very significant relationship in your life. So that just tells me that you need to think long and hard before you make any decisions about anything with this relationship. Go within and find the answers, and be still and wait for the answers to come, by the way. It will come to you, what needs to happen. All right, that's all I have for pile 3s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you have chosen pile 4, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no pick a card reading. And pile 4 did have the Sodalite on it. So I have pulled a lot of cards here. I usually just pull the Universal Weight and some Druidcraft Tarots, but I remembered that I got a new tarot deck this week. Gregory Scott Tarot. He's one of my favorite YouTube tarot readers. He's very practical, which is what I love about him. But I was just excited to get the cards, so I pulled some of those as well. I will get your answer, first of all, the yes or no, maybe, whatever it is. And I'll pull all these cards at the same time. And there's usually an additional message in addition to the yes or no. Sometimes it's very specific. Sometimes it's very broad. So if you want to, after you get your yes or no and you're done and that's all you want to know, then you can go ahead and click off this reading, or you can stick around for the other messages that are in the cards. And if it resonates with you, fine. And if not, then you can just go ahead and click off of it and go about your day. It's not for you, it's for somebody else. All right. Okay, so with the Universal Weight, you got the 10 of Pentacles. You got the 2 of Swords. The Temperance card, and the Two of Pentacles. All right, with the Druidcraft Tarot, you got the Tower card, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. All right, let's see what we got with the Gregory Scott Tarot. What other messages here? The Knight of Pentacles, the Death card, and the High Priestess. My goodness. Drama, drama, drama. Okay, so to get the yes or no, I'm reading these top cards up here because it is a very clear message. It's a very, very clear maybe. You got both of the cards that mean maybe to me. Look at that. He's juggling. It's like, could go either way. You got the Temperance card here. Back and forth. Could go either way. Both of these cards individually, if I get them in a reading, it's a maybe to me. When you get them together, that's a double maybe. And then you have this other two here of Swords, which talks about indecision, not being able to make a decision, not wanting to look at the decision that needs to be made, or what you need to know to make the decision. This is just a maybe. That's all there is to it. So that is the answer to the question that you asked. So let's talk about these other messages that we got going on here. You are not going to have to, like if you ask the question, what would turn this into a yes, or what would turn this into a no, you are not going to have to wait long to figure it out, because this situation that's a maybe right now is ending abruptly, and it's ending very quickly. And whatever it is, it just kind of wipes the slate clean and gives you a brand new start, is what happens. The indecision here is going to be over very soon. You'll know. Actually, I think for a lot of you, you don't even, it's going to be, the decision's going to be made for you, is what's going to happen. And it just wipes the slate clean and leaves you in a place to rebuild, to transform your life, actually. To go after that which you really, really want. Your heart's desire. This Death card in the Gregory Scott deck, I was reading about that earlier, how he I guess translates the Death card. And it's so, this is such a great depiction for what he talks about the Death card. The Death card is a transformation. It is an ending. Life is full of endings. Lots of things end. But the important thing to remember is that it is a ending that brings you a complete transformation. It wipes the slate clean. Sorry about that interruption, y'all. Okay, so where was I? So what I was saying is this indecision, or this indecisiveness, the maybe part of this equation here, that it's talking about your question right now, as it is right now, it's not gonna last for a very long time. Something is gonna happen to shift it either into a yes or into a no. But regardless of the actual answer to the question, it does bring you to a place of complete transformation where you can start over again and pursue that which you really, really desire, that which you really want to pursue. For some of you, that is a different job. I'm definitely seeing that in the cards. We got this Knight of Pentacles here. Knights are things coming into your life. And this talks about the pursuit of money. It's slow moving energy. You got that Four of Pentacles there as well, which talks about financial stability, having enough, having more than enough, having some left over to save. But it's financial stability, but it's slow moving. It's one step at a time. It's not like you're going to get rich quick. It's that you're going to be in a situation or be offered the job that you want to do that brings you financial stability. For some of you, it's actually a spiritual pursuit. You got the High Priestess card here, which talks about using your intuition. It talks about feminine spirituality, not masculine religion, but actual feminine spirituality. And for some of you, I think that what you want to pursue is something like what I'm doing here, something like tarot reading or psychic abilities, or whatever your spiritual gifts are, maybe some kind of healer, Reiki healer, meditation master, whatever it is. I just feel like for some of you, your pursuit that you want to do is related to the spiritual, and you will be pursuing that. For some of you, it's just a long-held dream. It's something that you have wanted for a very long time. The Eight of Cups talks about that. It talks about being very emotionally fulfilled. 8 Cups is pretty good, but there's something that keeps knocking on your door, and until you go out there and pursue it and try to make it a reality, you cannot rest. You're going out to pursue that 9th cup, because to you, the 9th cup is total emotional satisfaction. Okay, I'm just gonna have to finish this reading. I'm just not getting anything else for whatever reason. It is a maybe. It is going to change very quickly. You got that Tower there and the Death there that's going to come in, and whatever the situation is that you're asking about, level it. And that's a blessing. It may not seem like a blessing in the beginning, but it is definitely a blessing. And once that happens, then it brings you into a position where you can pursue that which you really desire, what you really, really want. Okay, what do we want to end this with? I think I'm going to do the angels and ancestors and see if we can get some final words of wisdom from the angels and ancestors on this for pile 4. Ooh, Lord, take charge with authority. That is awesome. And I think that's what's going to happen after the shift. There's a shift here. You'll know it. You'll absolutely know it. And then you will take up the mantle and go forward to pursue that which you desire, that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do. Take charge and make it happen. The wishy-washiness will be gone, and you can kind of go for it. All right, that's all I have for pile 4s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care.